Tell me when.
I don't know.
So, here's one of the container gardens I have some mustard greens in. This is actually an earth box. It's a semi-hydroponic system. One thing I want to point out is, see these little bumps right here? All these little specks? Yeah, right there. Those are all butterfly larvae. So I've been seeing abundance of butterflies, mainly these white butterflies, some monarchs, a couple other species I can't really determine. But I've been seeing laying on the leaves, and then after they leave, it's this larvae. Now these are going to hatch into caterpillars. Caterpillars feed on these leaves. They feed on the leaves, and then they turn into butterflies, make cocoons, yada yada yada. So, you could either knock all these off, which would take a lot amount of time, or you could spray them. You know, it's funny, this is natural to have a couple bites, but when you go into the store, if you see little bites like this on your mustard greens, you're like, oh my god, this shit's rotten. But no. No. It was sprayed. If you don't see any marks on your stuff, it means it was sprayed. Which is fine. This stuff, you could usually wash it pretty good. GSE, grapefruit seed extract, or lemon juice with your water. Or you could just rinse it and it's all good. Most people don't even know that everything they buy that's a green has been heavily sprayed. Heavily. Now, enough about spraying. One thing is, people question the integrity of their manlyhood, which is fine, but manlyhood equals testosterone. Men all have testosterone, women have estrogen. One thing to realize is that all this spraying, all the plastics, all the BPAs, everything in our deodorant, our toothpaste, our soap has a lot of weird chemicals that could create an estrogen imbalance in our system and make us feel more feminine. I think in general our culture is definitely a little more feminine than masculine at this point, especially in the major metropolitan cities like the one we live in right here, which is San Francisco, which is up north a couple miles. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just something to be aware of. You know, all these things with their daily myriad of choices of what am I going to have for breakfast? What color shirt am I going to wear today? Do I have to wear a belt? I have to tie my shoes. I have to get gas. I have to drink my coffee before I go to work. And you have to be on work at a certain time. And then you got a basketball game after work. And then you got to pick up your kid or meet your sister. All those choices leave the mind clogged to ponder the truth of reality. On a recent trip to Chile, I met this lady. Her name was, what was her name there? That slipped my mind. But she was very interesting. She was very intuitive. She was 62 years old. She was in great shape. And the funny thing about her, she had a boyfriend that was 25 years old. And I was just like, whoa. I mean, this is like crazy. We were chatting with the dude who knew the lady, and he's just like, yeah, man, that's not like our moms. Like, who's dating a 25-year-old? But the lady was very intuitive with herself. She practiced a lot of yoga, and she ate very healthy. The one thing I took away from her was, she told me, the human body is very sensitive, and it's a vessel for our soul to harbor in. Yeah, I'm sure we all have heard these different things about karma and regeneration and being present, but it's just a reminder, because she said the body is very sensitive, and it's the first to realize these changes around us in the environment, what we eat and how we feel. And I'm just saying, don't ignore what your body feels. A lot of times, you know, you're tired or you just don't feel right, and you know, you might think it's because of this or that, but just really listen to your body and kind of take it for a deeper understanding of what's going on inside of you, in your heart, in your mind, You know, just be a little introspective, because nobody's going to have that answer but yourself. You know, you could go to a doctor and he's going to help you out and tell you about this and that, run your tests, which is wonderful. It's helped us live to incredibly long periods in our life. But the bottom line is, nobody's going to tell you what's right for you. Because what's right for that person is right for them. But what's right for me is going to be different than what's right for you. So take everything with a grain of salt. Question why. But don't be a jerk. Don't hold a grudge. Don't hold some mental barrier. Just let it flow and listen to your vessel. We call our flesh suit, aka our body, aka we've named it with our born name. My name's Billy. That's the name of my flesh suit. And whatever your suit is named, just be kind to it. Be real kind to it. And yeah, just remember, there's always another day, there's always another moment. Nothing has to be rushed. You don't have to make intrinsic decisions based on the morals of others or pop culture. Listen to your truer self and do what you know is best on earth today. We salute you wherever you are, into making a decision, to making a choice, the right choice, the only choice, the choice to be yourself. And free will.